Malo lau maria ho e ki melele e tonga hono kotoa. Whiwhia ke utari tale le ki mautolu ki o mo uni o ngongo, mo le tio ka umawhia television e tonga ki he howani. Magai koe ki ngahi ulu i o ngongo, whakaola e hene awhio ki ngtupo wono ai polokalama ngā aue i mala e kula i he pongpongi o i ahoni. Whatau wholofola e timi ma te maatonga ki he tamatu i pia floati whiwhia e whanua ma ai timi, pia mea e tamaprinis kalauni o whamama whai, ai tō whakataha ngai whanua e Pasifiki ki hano veteke ngahi pole whenga ngai mo ngai whanua taktaha. I he kongai nene mea i he whakawha ofisiale ai whakataha no tā whā, ai tā ka ngai Pasifiki ane awhi. E te ia e peme ngahi talanoa ki he anaiange, whakataha mo i wakai ki he whamumui taha me i he mala e o sipoti, ka uma a whai whamatala e aga koe wakai lewa en ke whai ki ko a sinoli tātu i vai. I he mafua hake ai a tāhe pongpongi ahoni. Nei tofuki pe alumali ana tula i he pongpong whahistoria eni, koe makamaile maho inga i he whale o tu i me kakai o i whanua. Nei ha elea hene a whio ki ntupo wono o whakaola ai polokalama ngāwe tokoni a siaina, ki hono langa ngahi tau anga mea lele tātakai pe heke no whalele i a mala e kula.
Republic o kakai o siaina, His Excellency Mr. Liu Weimen. Pea koe ne o kone me atu ke ene awhio koe tui o Tonga, ene awhio ai tama ko tupo wono Moimoi o ngāwe kua lava.
Koe polokalamani ne mea i tahine kuinina na spau, Princess Pilolevu, Pilinis Kalauni tupo toa uluka lala, moi Princess Kalauni sinai takala, pale miale o leo, kau whafofonga wha diplomati ka ho ei ki nopele moi kau whakawhe toko lahi. I he ahawa historia koe nine ma i mua kosi i he tamatu i e li pine i he matapāfu o mala e kula ke whailonga i aki ai aho maho i ngani.
Whakaola koe ia, koe tawhakia ni o e a ki he fofonga o e mala e kula.
Lotonga ni ne mea i he wauni ai pale miale o leo toke tāta ni la fusmalohi o whamala ala ke ngā ue ko lava. Pēto ke tā fusmalohi, ko ta imalia tongane polokalama ngai tokoni ko e ni o i kaingata pe i whalele i ngahi lue anga pe sidewalks, ko e langa i ngahi tau anga mea lele i he halawaha akolo, mai hala tau whaahau. Ko e elia tali anga pasi i he halamati alona, pe e ki ngahi ngowe, mai ngahi elia whakamokomoko ma ai kakai. Ka koe mea tepu, ko no whalele i o mo unga i mala e kula, pe ke no langa a mapu a fuiwa ka koe whalea ma ai kau matāpule, pe koe kau mau ai whale o tu i. Koe ngāwe koe nine ka mata i whepuele tau ko o si, pe a ko hona whakaola eni ai ngāwe ko lava. O kwa fuafua ai whakamole whapaanga ke he polokalama ngāwe ko e ni mo i paanga e tāhiwa miliona i he tokoni ai pule anga si aina. Koe kotoa ngā hitapa e whaa koe ni me ngahi whakauhinga i mala e kula, o ku hai kotoa ia i he tala ai tonga, koe whakaapa-apa, loto tō, tauhi wahaa mo i mamahi i mea. Nolo tongani ne mea ampastoa sene ki tongani His Excellency Liu Weimin o whamalo ia ai tu i mo i puli anga. I he whalala kua tūkuange ki he puli anga siaina ke nau whakahoko ai ngā aue ki he taha ai ngahi e lia o ku topu tapu taha i tongani. Kai ke hene whamalo i he pe tama Pilinis Kalauni tupo tua o lukala le puli anga siaina, i he tokoni ko ta imalia tongani o i kai leleipe ke whale o tu i, ka o leleipe ta imalia ai tonga kotoa. I he ene pehe o kuhaa mai ai kei mālohi pe ai wāwhinga i ake ango whanua i he whipoupo waki ke langa whalakalaka. I he amanaki ke mawahe atu ai temi ma te maatonga o teo ke kamata ai Whiauhi Pacific Championship, nei mauai hanau whalotolahi i he whatau wholofola ai temi mo i hau o whanua tamatu i kintupo wono i he plasi whakatu i. Pene whakahoko ai pe mo i houa tama whamakehe ai tamatu i mo i temi i Nuku'alofani i he hoata o i aho ni. Ka i he lotonga wike, ne talitali whiawhia whanau wako i ngahi apiako, ai ahi atu ai ni ihi ai timi a ki ngahi whaiva whakatonga, whakaekai me ngahi whaali whiawhia pe whanau wako ke whakahaa ki e nau pōpō ki he timi ma te maatonga.
Mahino pē koe whiawhia makehe e ni ai matāpule koni ko Eliesa katoa i he ene toi malawa o foki ke kolisi ne ako ai ki mua i he ene hiki atu ki Nuusila, i he ene mauwhainga maalie si kola sipi akapulu i he wanoa taha fitu. Kai ke nei kai ngatai ai ngahi polo kalama o timi, ka ana anau ma o whainga maali e aneafi I he whakaafe a tala whikaulahi o Australia, His Excellency Brett Batley, ai ane me ai a taahine Princess Kalauni, pehe kia timi akapulu o ikolisko tupou, o ngahi whakaafe toko lahi, I he mea anga a tala whikaulahi o Australia, kia polo kalama hoa ma o mea tokoni, pongi pongi. Juliana tautali e pale miale ole o toki tātani e la fusmalohi mai kapineti ai timi I hapolo kalama makehe I he whale whakapuleanga St. George. Nai whakamalo I ai e he whai ako pule Christian Wolf ai kapineti I he whai ngamalie ko tukuange ke whiiloaki mai whanau wa inga o pehe e Wolf. Koe konga pe eni e nau wholau whok mai ki tongani ke nau whiiloaki mai kakai o tonga ka koe kakai o whika uluaki a hono poupou I ki nau tolu mo oange aiwi malohi makehe ki e timi I he taimi o nau wa ingai I he loto mala e. I he pongpongi o aho ni nai whakahoko foki mo polo kalama makehe ai timi o whakaata ke kakai o whanua ke nau lava atu o whaita mo whiiloaki mo timi I ha fan day I he pāke teo whaiva ki mua e nau lava atu ke palasi whakatu I he ho ata pea hilia na nau toi foki ke pāke teo whaiva ke whakahoko e wholouti ai kau wa inga. Nā launge awai ai whāmili mo kau poupou e whānau wa inga I ngahi mea lele ne o steu teo whakaofo ofa ke wholouti o whakahai e mai kolo whanua me he kau taha a kapululi ki atonga koe konga maho inga eni ke teo tau ai timi I he auhi Pacific Championship.
Kai tau mua pia ngai flow te aho ni ko ka whakamari e ke kakai whanua ke nau wata nau tala monu kaha nau whiewhia pataha mai whanau hea manaki koe ke nau alato whai nau whenga vai ngā I paseria mo New Zealand ngai wike ka hoko mai. E ko tui mahalo ku mahino pe ka vai ngā e te kau e aho ni ko kakai ni nau hieni nau whiewhia nau hau heno ato nau tala monu ka te nau tō pa ko tui koe whekau veia ke nau whiewhia he nau vai ngā pia mo ngau ikuna ko.
Nai whakahoko ai pe ai whaloti whiewhia mo whakamāwhana ai kau poupou me pāke teo whaiva o whakawhau mai I he halatau whahau ki Latu Nuku'alofa o a o ai pe ke kolisi a whaou ai ana whakamā opo ki ai kakato o whaloti. Koe whaunga eni ai whakaha e ngai whāmili pehe ke kakai o whanua e nau whiewhia honga ia pehe ke e nau talamonu ke whanau wa inga koe uhi, koe nau pole pole ke nau whakafofongai a tongani I he malae o a kapulu li ki. Ma ai ngongo ale teo mo televisione Tonga, ko au Betty Blake I lo lahia.
O ku mahu inga ke te longa mo uiangi ai tū whakatahe ngai whanua I Pasifiki ke veteki a ngahi pole me ngai whengatau whianga ngai mo ngai whanua taktaha. Koe konga eni ai me ai tamapilinis kalauni tu poutoa uluka lala I ona whailonga I whaofisiale ai kamata whakataha no taha whae tāka ngai Pasifiki pero SBC ane a whi. Nā e uki e he Prinis Kalauni a ngai whanua me mipa I he tāka ngai Pasifiki, ke whakamā opo opo e ngai palani ngā au e mai whatutu uma e ngai whanua, ka uhi koe mālu hao mo lelei whalukufua o e whanua. O ku whate whito eni ke toka ngai kine ngai ngā au e kino tau I pole lahi tāku whikoki me Pasifiki, ka koe nunu atamake whilili waki o e ea, pe ke ngai whatamake whaena tō la. Nāne te whamama whai o kumahino, koe ngahi pole inasi pe whiangahangai me ngai whanua Pasifiki, ko ha mea ke ako me iai. Pea e hoko ia ko iako anga ke ngai whanua ke toi whalele I ngai palani ngāwe, mo e mapi hala whanunga ke toi lele yangi. Koe ahoni nei whakahoko ai whakatahalahi hono taha whae tāka ngai Pasifiki, ai nei whaia hano siofi, ai ngahi kaweinga ne o swaiha ngāwe ki ai, pe o kuona lelei pe he koe hae tu unga i ai, ai ngahi ngāwe ko e ni. E kai ngatai koe whenga maali lelei eni ki whaia whewaiwai aki, ai ngai whakaukau whakawhituu, ke tokoni ke ngai whanua taktaha. E kau ki henu me waka I e tamua ngāwe tāka ngai Pasifiki, o whemau ke a usia, I e tau ewa kahoko. Nā e toi mea e tamapilinis kalauni o wiki e tāka ngai Pasifiki, e ngahi tokoni ko toa pē ko ta imalia e ngai whanua taktaha e Pasifiki, I hono tokonia mo whakaivia sektoa ako, sektoa mo ui, sektoa tak mamata mo ngai sektoa ke he pē. Kai kehena e tāpuni wha ofisiale pē whakataha hono taha whae tāka ngai Pasifiki I he whiawhi o e aho ni. O ko mahino koe whakataha wha Moimoi taha tāka ngai Pasifiki ne tataki e Tonga ni, koe tā uawhi mahi wā. Lo tonga ni nei au whangatoko e pehi whiawhia ahuni ai whili ko ia ai tale kita se niale ki he tākanga Pasifiki po SPC i he tau e ono ka hoko ai ana e whahai he plinis kalauni ko toke tā Paula vivili o kune mao ko ia ai tale kita se niale ai SPC i he tau e ono ka hoko ko hili ane whitongi ai tale kita se niale mālolo ko matapule Australia ko Stewart Minchi. O mahino pe koe fofua tonga e ni kene mao ai lakanga ma o lunga taha ko ia i he sinonga o makehe ko ia e SPC i he Pasifiki ai ako toke tā Paula vivili. Ko e tahanga hi me mipa o e tākanga i Pasifiki, ko e otomotu Pitcairn o whamalmale puli anga Pilitania, pe o i tongani e ko vana o Pitcairn, ka koe talawhika o lahi e pia Pilitania ki Nusila, ko Her Excellency Iona Thomas, ke kau ki ngai whataha a SPC o whahoko i he wike ni. Nei mawhinga malia ngō ngā leiti o tonga ke whaike eke ko wana i he kawenga whikau aki me SPC pe whoki ke otomotu Pitcairn.
I he whakaike eke me ko wana o Pitcairn, Her Excellency Iona Thomas, nāne wiki ai e wāwhinga aki ai tākanga Pasifiki, SPC, I he poupou mo tokonia ai ngahi whanua o i Pasifiki pia lawe ai whoki mo i otomotu Pitcairn. O kukawa i otomotu Pitcairn i he taha i ngahi whanua i ki au pito i mamani pia ko i otomotu peia i taha o whakamalumalu i he pule anga Piritania ke tuu i he Pasifiki. Whatatau ki he whamatala i ko wana koe toko lahi o otomotu Pitcairn koe toko whango fulu. Ko i au lahia i ngahi whakatotolo whakasainisi ki he ātakai o whakahoko i he otomotuni kau hiko i lahi a Elia o ku ikai ke wesia tupu me he ngāhinga we ai tangata hangi ko e whakaata hawao tā ke whai ai halanga whale pe tō ngōwe pe au ksisi ai wesia ki e nau potutahi matuunga i he whuumamao ai whanua ai au pehe e ko wana ko e wholau ki e otomotuni o kui kai ke lawa o wholau wakapuna, ko e wholau wakatahi pe me he whanua o whitaha ko Tahiti, ai au aho e tolu ai vaka me Tahiti ki e otomotu Pitcairn, pe a aho e hongo fulu kapa o wholau atu me Nuku'alofa. Nei whakahai Thomas o toko nahi e ngahi polokalama ngāue ai tākanga Pasifiki o whakahoko, whelawe i me ngahi whakatotolo whakasainisi me ngāue ki e whawhepaki o e wheniliwaki o ea, ki e ngahi whanua o i Pasifiki pia taimari ai pe mo i otomotu Pitcairn. Nāne wahe ki e toko ni e whakalakalaka whakateknolosia hangi ko interneti Starlink, ki he toi whakalelei angi ai ngāwe i he motuni, pe au kaulelei ai pe ia ki he whengawe aki mo i tākanga Pasifiki ki he langa whakalakalaka. Kau hiko whakamalmano e otomotu Pitcairn i he pule anga Piritania o koko e whengawe aki ai pule anga Piritania mo i tākanga Pasifiki ke toi kaulelei ai pe ke te tolu, he koe lelei uk mao he Pitcairns o ku kaulelei ai pe ia ki Piritania. Lolotonga i tongani e ko wana, nei mao whainga mahani ai ke whakahoko ai halelea mo ngahi hoa ngāwe kehe i he tākanga Pasifiki hangi ko Tahiti, ai ia koe kaunga api o whitaha pēni a Pitcairn pe aku nau whinga aki wāofi au pito.
Lolotonga whataha whatau ai pangkea mamani me kautaha pa anga whawahapuli anga, nei mao whinga maalia pale mea toki taha aisake ke whakataha mo i tokon Palestini ai pangkea mamani au ni tokangai kina ai Elia e sia hahake mo Pasifiki Carlos Felipe Jaramillo. O whatau kawe i ai ai whie mao ke toi lahianga invest whapaanga ki ngai Elia o i tautai sektoa tak mamata mo e whilili waki o ea.
I he whakataha i pale mia toki tā aisake ke mo i tokon Palestini e pangea mamani Carlos Felipe Jaramillo na e whakamamawhai ai i he pale mia ai ngahi te whito i tamu a ngāwe ai pule anga ai au nau teke ai tupu whakaekonomika i he ngahi sektoa na lahi i he whanua. Nā ne talanoa ai ki e palani ki he sektoa o i tautai o ne pehe o kwhe mao ki toi whakate whitoange ai ngahi langa ngāwe i he sektoa koe ni ke holoki ai e mahu inga o ika i hono whakatau whakaloto whanua, whakalahi e whainga maali e whe whakatau aki, whakatupulaki e whainga maali e ngā aue ma ai koutou tai, pia ki whakalelei ai pe ai tuunga mo uinelei ai whanua. Nei tapo wai ai pale mia ki e pangkea mamani ki toi hiki tō e naunga whingawe aki mo i Pasifiki, tau te whito ki e kautaha malu i e Pasifiki i he hoko a whakatamaki, pe koe Pacific Catastrophe Risk Insurance Company pe koe PECRIC, o ne pehe koe taha eni e mea ngāwe rei ki e whakalakalaka i he ngāhi ngāwe whikau aki me wheliliwaki o he ea. Nai whakaosia ke palemia ni whakapapau I ai tuku pā a Tonga ki he whinga aki whakawhituu, ke whakapapau I ai langa whakalakalaka whakamamanahi, ke langa hake ngai whanua o tmotui ki a nge Pitcairn Small Island Developing States, PSIDS.
Pēnei whakahoko ho taha ahoni ahono tali ai wholau mai ai vaka kalia koe vaka lautala I he wafutu I matamuana. Hili ni wholau mai me mai whanua hapai ki Tongatapu ni. Ok mahino nei wholau atu ai kalia ki hapai ngai wike kua mali watu. Ka hui koe maa I mua wheku me tahine princesi Latu fui peka I he mai whanua hapai. Li te atau kapa mai whaikiki hoi tala noke ai ki hauani.
Nai whakahoko I ho ata o ahoni ahono tali ai wholau e waka kalia koe lautala I he wafutu I matamoana. Hili ai ni wholau me tongani ki hapai, hili e lava lele ahono fo'u pea whakahoko a eni wholau. Koe whakaosia e pola kalama ngau e potu ngau e taki mamata mo kautaha Whihoko Arts and Studio. Nai whakahoko e whakaike eke mo pule leo o e potu ngau e taki mamata se Miss Tongia. O ne whamatala I ke mahu inga ahono puke o ilotu whanua ko eni ke whaunga wholau o ku whai I he ngahi waka kalia. Ka na e mahino, ko e wholau ko eni ai waka kalia e whakahoko peia ki a wholau nou pe ofi pe ki tongani.
Ko ki waka koe nei whai hono pou ki ai waka lautala. Ko e tau mua pe whokia ko ngā ke lava e tau tangata koe ahoni ke nau mamata pe nau siotonu o I he whaunga na e whakahoko ake wholau wakatahi ai mātua e tau ngahi o tau topuanga I he kōhiri. Mahino me whoki ai whakalakalaka I he ahoni pe ako mihisini e ngahi waka mo mea. Ka koe whakaukau kone ki waka e lava ai whanki waka pehe ke ngāue aki tau te whitoen ke ngai o tu moto wawau. O tu moto wawau wawau whipeo kai ke fuha mama whewhe. E lava ai whanki whakaukau kone ke wholau waka karia horoge ne whai holo e wholau ako ia.
Nāne toi pehe, ko ilo tu whanua ko eni, e ikai ke lava ke toi loko ngau e aki, ka kohono puke pe mo whakatolonga, ke ilo ki ai e tau tupu e whanua, I he taimini, ko uhi koe hake ai whakalakalaka. Lolo tonga eni, nai whakahoko ai e whakaeke mo pule o kautaha Whihoko Arts and Studio, Stephen Whihoko, whekau aki mo tau muana nau whie mao ke nau whakahoko, mo ako me hono fo'u ko eni o waka kalia ko lautala.
Ko e waka lautala fo ko e project ena ku fotu pea mo e ki kaunga ue pei aku pea mo e Whihoko Art Studio. O mau whakaukau ke fo'u haki pōpao pe ko haki karia mo tolo hakaria ke kamata ke whinga I ke whakatolonga pe mo o mai ai ilo ko no aho ke ngā we aki. O e more, he koe whainga ngā whoki pe mo I tala whawhonua ko alo atu ke more ngā himea la. Pana ku whaambe ke Moimoi I aki po se koe ia o langa I ki karia ko ni fute wanima. O whaia e mau wholau ko ia tau whapapau pe e whaihano wholaua ke mau ako me iai te mo ilo o toi lahiangi ki he tawhakoia.
Nai lava lelei e polo kalama ngāue ko eni, mo whakatau mua ai potu ngāue taki mamata, ka pehe ki e kautaha Whihoko Arts and Studio, ke kei pāu tolo ake e ngai ilo tu whanua ko eni a Tonga, ke mahino ko e mea a Tonga ma a Tonga. Ma ai o ngongo e le tio mo televisione Tonga, kauli tea tau kapo.
Uni o ngongo whalotu whanua I ki hauani, mala e o sipoti o kahili e ni pea mo pia o lie.
Mala mo tau kei whi mai koe wakai ke mala e o sipoti. O whawhiawhia ki e tahi toa me he vai ko whaantoto, e re sa kāntoa, he whoki mai mo toi ngai te mi ki hono whakatau kei e ni fo o ko ui he whaiako Christian Wolf ki he squat e te miri ki whawhonua. Ko whakamatala whiawhia e ni e sa ni te storm, e whawhau e te mi pāke te whaiwai pungpungini ki mo e nau lawa atu ke toi ngai ngahi whatongi a honi, kawa e whakatau whorofora ki tamatu I mo whalauti I he whiawhia a honi. Ne whakafo ke kātoa ku lawa pe whamau sino, ka ku whia mau ke te wahau whiange te mi mo ka kai o i whanua, he koe maaftāu ia ki he teo e whiahu e Pāsuki.
Ko mapana bude mau ke ni. Lava begi training ka koe whakau e mau ke ni ke mau connect mo kakai ko tola ia tamai ke mau kau wai nga ko na ku ko time ni tonga ni. Ka koe te ke mau wai ki ha mo ka mo nusila ni ku ko te mo ka mapana na ko na usio. Ku na mata to ni kakai ko ne fonua na ko nga e sabate ka au. Ko ko ga mau te mapana be ke mo ke ka ku Lava bem aqui training ka ku ia ta mau que so all excited mo fia que mau di fa mari que mau que no que pe ku mau te le pe que vai na le ha ku.
O tōni nei whaha kātoa ko e konga mau inga taha eni, ke whawhi iloa ke timi, be mo e kāinga e whanua, pe kai tuku e wakaka e whaihaka kau, ka kōpau ke tuiaki ki he ikuna, ai teu vei pā, i he ipue Pāsuki.
Eo, mai o se mau fe au nga ma to e na la ko no wa nga ai ngo ma ke he tu mai to to nga tai mo tu e ai fan ko la fa fo nga ta ka kai hanga la ko ne ai ma to ai te ngo i to i la hi ta he ai va nga ko ni ko hanga la ko pe ai va nga te mau fa ko tu te mau alo o fa so mo le ta ha pe
Nei kore ai pe he whanau tāma e whao tā koula e pōpō e kakai o e whanua i he teo e whanau ki Brisbane pakihi ai mo toa Samoa kai maa whoki ao kalani he vei pā mo i ki ui.
Whakawheta pe kakai Brisbane ka maa o kalani ki nau mea mai o pōpō e tau whanau e te wainga koni sa pate ha mo mea ke i kata tuma te mahufia ke maa wainga o whai. Malo bito.
Kai ke he pōpō e timi ki he whainolo e whiahaka pururiki a Tongatapu a pongpongi he pā ke te whaiva, ki mo e nau whalawa ki Australia hoko atoa e teu ki he pakihi ko ia mo toa Samoa i he sāpa te kaha o.
Ko pia o lia ia mai whamumita me he mala e o sipoti, ko e whamatala ea en o kahili eni, bea mo e potu ngau e Maydag.
Malo lau malia hau e ki mo e lele ai tonga kotoa, taida lele ki moto ke tau whamatala ea ke e whiawhini, pe mo i ngahi tala no lalahi ko ia o e whamatala ea, a ia ko e uha e mei no fope ki toke lau ke ongo niwa, kai o maa he ko hokat ko ia mamalohi me ko e havili pe mi he tonga hahake, e ka iau pe ki e hako, i toi ngā tuko ia whasinga o e wike ni o pehe whoki ke wika hau, ka te tato e wakai ke he whaike ke ange anaiange. Ko tau whaiwhanonga mai eni i he hoa pongpongi o e aho ni, mahino pe ai ua uha koe ni i Tongatapu pe mo ewa he altamaki uha koe ia, na e toka i hanga whaiwhanua koe ni ua uha mai ai Tongatapu pe mo ewa i he hoa pongpongi koe o e aho ni, ka huma ai altamaki uha koe toka ke whakatoke lau, ne e mawhola mai ngahi konga au fia mai ai ongo niwa. Kana lahi alo maali e pe koe lahi afuange pe ai tau whaiwhanonga mai koe he tonga koe o e aho ni. Me ongo niwa pe oa mai ki Tongatapu ni pia mo ewa nai alo maali e pe ai tau whaiwhanonga mai koe i he toenga koe o e aho ni. Ka koe tau wakai koe ko hokot koe ni o au ki apongi pongi, koe alo tamaki uha koe ni o tau wakai koe ki whakatoke lau. E ngā unui whai ki ongo niwa, whawhawhai ki hoa e whiawhi koe apong pongi, mahino be uha e ongo niwa, malawe ki ai pia moha mana, kai hoko hokatu pe whoki, ai lahiangi koe ai afua iai wawao haa pai Tongatapu pia mo e wā koe whotunga pe oi langi e au whia ngai au maalunga e mawhola mai ki ngai wai whanua koe ni apongi pongi, iai pia ngahi uhatu mo tofa wheitu koe uhi koe maa malohi koe ia ai havili. Kai ke koe ngai whatokanga koe, kei whahino tukua te he whiawhini, koe whatokanga hako, kei tukua tupe ki he kotoa ngai potahi koe ia oi otonga, koe uhi he o kei maa malohi ki pe havili ia, i he e whiawhini, hoko hoka te tonga wikeni o kei ia upe ki hako, mali tahi wanima i o tau ngahi poto tahi. Ako e ni mago ka hoko mai, mahino pe koe alomali e ni whatonga ni pule i hake tuunga o ea, pa mo i hako e o tonga. Alta ma ke ni whatoklau ngā unui whoki he ongo niwa he hoa i whiawha pongpongi, pe uha i pe ongo niwa tonga i wikeni. Mo wakai ki alta maki e kei toka i pe ongo niwa o au ki he pule lulu ko ia o e wike kahau, ka koe tonga koe ngai vai whonua
e lahi alomali e pe ko ngai uha tu moto fa feitu pe ko uhi o tawanga maheni pe tato taim go hako ai ya pe ngai uha tu moto ngai feitu pe ni e ta fono ngat ko ya e he to inga ko ya o weekend pe foki ki he weke kaha u ka ko ta wakai ko ke poni o a o ki a henghengi o tau ngai vai fonua mahino pe ai au fia ko ya ai fotunga ko ya o langi ya pe ngai uha tu moto ta te fito pen ki ha pai Tongatapu pe mo e wa mama lohi ko ya havili moko le pe e fu ma fana e poni te kliso just ta hi vai Tongatapu pe mo e wa o ke te kliso just e wa to he poni ngoni wa ma fana le pe ngoni wa ya havili o tau ngai potai wa ngai pe me tonga ha ke pea e ke ia o pe ke mai tahi e wanima i hangai taimi. He tau whai whanonga tu koe ni o a o ki a hengi. Ka koe tau wakai koe ki a pongpong ke toko naki, ke hoka tu pe ai lahi koe ia ai au whiangi whotunga o langi ngai au maa o lo ngai ni, ka e ai pe hangai uha tu umotota te whito pe ni ki hapai pe whuki wa o maa maa o hiat ke haviri a pongpongi, ka e uma a ai o ngoni wa i ngā unu whoko ia e hoa i whiawha pongpongi. Ai alo tāmaki ua maa whana pe whai maa whana pongpongi, he tigri seo te se wani maki ua walu pe ke hako pe haviri. O tau ngai potahi o au ke mari tahi. E wani mai a ngai taimi, e ko toha tau ngai potahi. Ai au mahatoka tahi he poni toi hong furki tātaha, tau maali he ni ma a henghengi, hopo hake la a pongpongi o sfitu ko ia pe mihe o no, hopo pe moe mahina a henghengi i he toi ua ko ia ki he whaa, pea o ku mahina fo o i he pule lulu ko ia o e wike kahau. Toi ngā koe whamatala ea ki he wike kahau, ai a o ku lahi alo maali e pe, au fia pe fotunga o langi hangai taimi, ka koe uhi koe mōni te pa moe tūsi te koe au i kahau, o toi maa alohi mai a hako pe me tonga hahake, pe tawanga maheni pe ngai uha tu moto whawhitu e taimi ko ia o ku maa alohi e havili, pe o ku hako ai, ka o ku maa whana lei pe whai maa whanai Nuku'alofani, e tigri steo te ase wani maki ua fitu, e he wike kaha o e taimi aho, pe koe lava kakato ia mo whamatala ea ki he whiawhini, kai malo apito mo mea mai.
Koe whamatala ea ia tuk mai me senta, whamatala ea tungai whamutu me potunga e meidek, ka ki mua patau mawai, tatoi wakai peheni ke ngai ulu i ngō. Whakaola e hene awhio, king tupo wano ai polokalama ngā ue i mala e kula, i he pongpongi o i ahoni. Whatau wholofola i timi ma te maatonga ke tamatu i, pia floati whiawhia e whanua ma ai timi, pia mea e tamaprinis kalauni o whamama whai, ai tō whakataha ngai whanua e Pasifiki ka no veteke ngahi pole whenga ngai mo ngai whanua taktaha, i he kongai ni mea i he whakawha ofisiale ai whakataha no tā whā, ai tā kanga Pasifiki ane awhi. Pia me kakato e peha mo uni o ngongo i le whatonga ki Hawani mo i whakaamu, na i au tono at ki lote whale ai tonga hono kotoa. Whamalo te tau kewhi au mai, kwa osnolita tu i vai, ka mumea.
Good evening and welcome to your English news package with radio and television Tonga News for tonight. Making headlines, His Majesty King Dupo VI officially commissioned the Malaikuna Royal Tombs Improvement Project this morning. His Majesty also held an audience with the Matema Tonga team before the players wrapped up their visits with a float parade in downtown Nuku'alofa. And Crown Prince highlights Pacific unity at the official opening of the 14th Pacific Community Conference before announcing the first Tongan to lead the organization as Director General Dr. Paula Vivili at the conclusion of the 14th Conference of the Pacific Community. We'll have these and more stories coming up later on in this bulletin, as well as the latest in sports and the weather update to wrap up this hour's news package. Now for the news in detail, I am Popua Aho. His Majesty King Dupo VI officially commissioned the Malaikuna Royal Tombs Improvement Project, marking the opening of the newly constructed parking areas to the public.
Republic o Kakaios His Excellency Mr. Liu Weimen. Pea koe ne oku ne mea tuke ene awhio koe tui o Tonga, ai ne awhio ai tama ko tupo wono Moimoi o ngā ue kua lava.
Her Majesty Queen Anaspa'u, Princess Pilolevo, Crown Prince Tupo To'a, Crown Princess Sinei Takala, along with the Acting Prime Minister, nobles, members of diplomatic corps, and many invited guests witnessed this historic event this morning, as His Majesty marked the completion of the upgrade work to Malaikula and the new parking areas. The acting Prime Minister Tongatapu Malo, he delivered a speech outlining the work that has been completed.
To highlight the four corners of the perimeter of Mala'ekula Royal Tomb, gardens were created to symbolize and reflect elements of the Tongan culture. At the corner of Vaha'akolo and Laifone Road is the Ring of Charm corner, which symbolizes the unique traditional costumes of Tonga. At the corner of Laifone and Tauwha'ahau Road is the Flowers of Tonga corner, which symbolizes the national flower patterns of Tonga. At the corner of Tauwha'ahau Road and Matealona Road is the Source of Power corner, symbolized by a mapu'awaya blowholes pattern. And at the corner of Matealona and Vaha'akolo Road is the corner of Sunrise, which symbolizes Tonga's status as the first country to witness the sunrise each day in the world. Each corner is marked by the four major tenets of the Tongan culture as revered by Her late Majesty, our beloved Queen Salote. Whakaapa-apa, respect. Lototo, willingness. Tauhiwaha'a, relationship. And mamahi'imea, loyalty. The people of Tonga are proud of their cultural heritage and will take to heart the ever-presence of the new Mala'ekula Royal Tomb as a cultural site that reflects upon their long history.
During the ceremony, Chinese Ambassador to Tonga, His Excellency Lee Wei-min, delivered remarks thanking His Majesty and the Tongan government for their trust in allowing China to carry out such an important project at one of Tonga's most valued profile sites.
It is a great pleasure and honor for me to join the handover and opening ceremony of the China A peripheral area of Mala'ekula Royal Tomb Improvement Project. This project stands as another testament to the deep trust bestowed upon us by the royal family, and we are truly honored to have this privilege to contribute to the preservation of the unique and magnificent culture and tradition of Tonga.
Meanwhile, the Crown Prince Tupotoa Olukalala extended gratitude to the Chinese government for the successful assistance. He highlighted that the strong and continuing partnership between the two nations is evident in these collaborative development efforts.
It is not only an achievement, but also a symbol of our friendship and respect, shared purpose between the Kingdom of Tonga and the People's Republic of China. As the project began in 2019 to preserve and improve one of Tonga's most sacred sites, we have endured with patience and hard work, and this vision has become a reality. So I wish to thank the government of the People's Republic of China for its generous support, and the Chinese Embassy here for its continued cooperation throughout the journey. Also, the Agency for Economic Cooperation in the Ministry of Commerce. To the teams from the China Jiuyuan Engineering Corporation and the China Jiangsu International Economic and Technical Cooperation Group, we thank you for your dedication, professionalism and care in completing this project to such a high standard.
The project commenced in February last year, and this event marks the formal handover of the completed work. The total estimated cost of the development program is around 19 million ba'anga, funded by the government of China.
As the Matematonga team prepares to embark on their journey back to Australia for their Pacific Championship campaign, they received an extra boost of encouragement from His Majesty King Tupo VI during an audience earlier today, which was followed by a royal luncheon at the Royal Palace.
Earlier in the week, the players had the opportunity to visit several schools across Tonga, a heartwarming experience for many, particularly for Eliesa Katoa, who visited Tupo College, where he had been a student before moving to New Zealand to pursue his rugby career. Katoa joined the current students, reminiscing about his days in the school and the lessons he learned at Toloa that continue to remain with him today. On Thursday, the team attended a breakfast reception at the Australian High Commissioner's residence, hosted by His Excellency Brett Batley. Also at the breakfast was Her Royal Highness Crown Princess Sinaita Kala, the Tupo College senior rugby team, and other distinguished guests to honour the team's contributions to Tongan society and achievements on and off the field. The acting Prime Minister, Dr. Daniela Fusmalohi, and the Cabinet also welcomed the team at the St. George Government Building. The events provided a unique opportunity for the team to introduce themselves to key government officials. Matema Tonga head coach Christian Wolf expressed the team's sincere gratitude for the chance to connect with their home community. He noted how important it was for the players to engage with the people who have been their biggest supporters and motivators, providing them with strength on the field. This morning, the team's last full day in Tonga, they held a fan day at Te Whaiva Stadium to meet and greet more fans in person before they visited the Royal Palace. In the afternoon, the team returned to Te Whaiva, where hundreds of supporters, friends and family had gathered with vibrant and cheerfully decorated vehicles for a float parade. The floats were decorated for each player on the team and was a show of pride, as each float was decked out in red and Tongan flags to show their support for the Matema Tonga boys, with several floats even featuring roasted pigs. Felicity George, an Australian Volunteer Program Sports Development Officer, shared with Radio Tonga News that this floats parade is an important opportunity for both the team and the local communities to not only come together and celebrate the team, but is also a great boost for the team to witness the immense support of the Tongan people before the team's Pacific Championship campaign.
Well, the parade is one of the best things to happen for Tonga. The Matema Tonga team is building their Pacific Championships campaign by coming home for the first time. And so the parade is about celebrating what it means to be Tongan. So all the villages and all the communities and all the players, they've all come together so that they can celebrate the boys in their Pacific Championship campaign. As an Australian volunteer, I've been really privileged to be able to work and volunteer here in Tonga for the last 18 months. And all I want to say is from little things, big things grow. And so for the young people, when they see their players that have come from the same villages as them, the young people can see, I can be like that. You know, there's a saying that says you can't be what you can't see. And so for the young people and the people of Tonga, they get to see an amazing opportunity what it's like to be a professional NRL player. So for the boys and for the girls in their Pacific Championship campaign, I just want to wish them all the very best. And I hope they have so much fun while representing their country, because I know I've had so much fun all my time here in Tonga so far.
The parade started at Te Whaiva Stadium and journeyed down the Taufa'aha Road through downtown Nuku'alofa before coming to an end at Afo'o College. The floats procession was a visual testament to the excitement and gratitude of the Tongan people who gathered in large numbers to show their unwavering support for the players. These events reflect the deep sense of pride, enthusiasm and gratitude that the Tongan community feel toward the team, whose members are not just athletes but also beloved representatives of Tonga on the world stage of rugby league.
Strengthening unity of Pacific nations is the way forward in addressing the challenges and difficulties the Pacific nations are facing. This was the key message from the Crown Prince Tupoto'a Nuku'alofa as he opened the 14th Pacific Community Conference yesterday.
The Crown Prince Tupoto'a Nuku'alofa called on the members' country of the Pacific Community to coordinate their plans and strategies for the safety, security and overall well-being of the region. The focus was particularly on addressing the major issues facing the Pacific, especially the devastating impacts of climate change and natural disasters.
Tonga is very proud to host. The last time we welcomed the SPC conference was in 2009. So we are honored that you've returned here. Thank you for traveling across the Pacific to join us under this year's theme, Pasifiki, rooted in heritage, honouring the past, united for a resilient future. This reminds us that our shared history and culture give us strength. When we work together, we can take on the challenges to build a better future for our region. We know these challenges intimately, from climate change and natural disasters to rising living costs, health issues, and social concerns. These affect every Pacific country in some way. That's why this conference matters. It's a chance to share our ideas and support each other.
He also emphasized that it is clear the challenges faced by Pacific nations are shared and that they offer opportunities for learning that can help improve national development plans and roadmaps. Today, the 14th Pacific Community Conference is being held, where participants are reviewing the theme and issues that have been previously addressed, looking at the progress made and the current status of those efforts. This is a great opportunity to exchange regional ideas that can support each country's development. He also praised the Pacific community for the support it has provided to Pacific countries in education, health, youth development, economic development, business, and other sectors. It is noted that the last time Tonga hosted and led the Pacific Community Conference was in 2009.
At the conclusion of the 14th Conference of the Pacific Community this afternoon, His Royal Highness Crown Prince Tupoto'a also announced the appointment of Dr. Paula Vivili as the incoming Director General of the Pacific Community, the first Tongan to be appointed to lead the organization. Dr. Vivili will be the 23rd Director General to serve SPC and its 27 members. One of the members of the Pacific Community, SPC, is the Pitcairn Islands, a British overseas territory and the only one in the Pacific. The Governor of Pitcairn, who also serves as the British High Commissioner to New Zealand, Her Excellency Iona Thomas, is in the Kingdom to attend the Pacific Community meetings this week and took time to speak with Radio and Television Tonga News yesterday.
The Pitcairn Islands is one of the smallest territories with only a population of 40, making the island territory an ideal point for scientific studies of environment due to the pristine condition of the island since there is limited human impact to the environment. Attending the Pacific Community Conference in Tonga this week, the Governor of Pitcairn, Her Excellency Iona Thomas, highlighted the importance of the United Kingdom Pacific Community Partnership for the Pacific that also benefits the Pitcairn Islands. She emphasized the importance of regional cooperation for isolated communities like Pitcairn while acknowledging the recent advancements on the islands. Governor Thomas praised the Pacific's role in supporting Pitcairn Islands as well as its involvement. She says the Pacific community meetings provide a platform to access funding, expertise, and collaboration with other Pacific islands who face similar challenges, especially around climate change and environment protection.
So it's really important for us to collaborate regionally. Because we're so small, there's very little that we can do just on our own, and we're really grateful for the opportunity to dock into much larger organisations, which gives us the opportunity to learn from others' experiences. It also gives us the opportunity to access funding. So it's really important that we're able to draw on that to help support us, particularly in areas of climate change and environmental management.
She highlighted the recent technology updates that is transforming life on the Pitcairn Islands, like the installation of Starlink satellite internet that improved communication between the island and the Governor's office.
And as Pitcairn, we really benefit from the expertise and the offers from the SPC. So like many other small island territories and states, we face challenges around resource management, about the environment and climate change. And so we're able to draw on the expertise and the data from SPC. Just this past year, we've actually installed a solar farm, which the SPC helped us with. It was funded by European development funding, but implemented by the SPC. And that now means that we've been able to increase our use of renewable energy to 80%, which is fantastic. So a better result environmentally and actually very cost effective. So we're very grateful for the work that the SPC did to help us increase our renewable energy. And we're also able to access some of the data from the project Digital Earth, which the British High Commissioner
Commissioner talked about, which again gives us oversight of our marine area. So we have designated our entire exclusive economic zone as a marine protected area. That's 800,000 square kilometres, which is a no-take fishing zone. So we have a really healthy marine environment with lots of healthy coral, with sharks, with stingrays, and a really great opportunity for people to come and study that because it is less affected by man's intervention or by climate change than lots of other parts of the ocean.
During the Pacific Conference, the governor met with the representatives from French Polynesia, Pitcairn's closest neighbour, to discuss future cooperations, particularly in managing shared marine resources. Speaking for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Agnes Wambua.
The Prime Minister, Dr. Aisake Eke, led the 56th Joint Governors Meeting of the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund Southeast Asia Constituency held during the 2025 World Bank IMF annual meetings in Washington, D.C. This pivotal meeting brought together global economic leaders to discuss pressing challenges and opportunities in the financial landscape.
Tonga's participation in the meeting was especially significant, with the nation's representatives emphasizing the economic vulnerabilities of small island developing states in the face of global challenges. Tatafu Moeaki, governor of the National Reserve Bank, raised concerns about the upcoming 1% United States levy on remittance effective January 2026. Moeaki warned that this levy could place additional strain on remittance-dependent economies like Tonga and called on the World Bank and International Monetary Fund to help identify policy responses that safeguard economic stability and livelihoods in the Pacific. In his opening remarks, Prime Minister Eke highlighted the importance of the meeting as a constructive platform for dialogue among governors of the bank and fund, emphasizing the need for shared insights to tackle emerging global and regional issues. The Prime Minister also extended gratitude to the outgoing chair from Singapore for their leadership in the past year. A significant portion of the meeting focused on the role of artificial intelligence in shaping future job markets. The discussion centered on the necessity for effective governance and policy making to leverage artificial intelligence for economic growth, emphasizing sustainable job creation and the need for regional cooperation. Initiatives such as an artificial intelligence adoption fund for small and medium enterprises and pilot programs in health and agriculture were proposed as next steps in maximizing artificial intelligence potential for national benefit. Concluding the meeting, Prime Minister Eke praised the discussions and the collective commitment to strengthening regional and global economic cooperation. Tonga's active role in these high-level discussions underscores its ongoing engagement in shaping economic policies that benefit not only the Pacific region but also the broader global community. Tonga's participation also highlighted its continuous call for international support in advancing climate resilience, fostering economic recovery, and driving sustainable development for small island developing states, whose vulnerabilities are often exacerbated by external shocks and climate-related risks. Speaking for Radio and Television Tonga News, I'm Agnes Wambua.
The Ministry of Tourism, in partnership with Fehoko Arts and Studio, held a welcoming ceremony this morning for the Kalia Vakalautala, closing a significant first chapter in the Kalia journey, which successfully travelled to Hawaii earlier in the month.
The Vaka Kalia Lautala recently completed its successful maiden voyage from Tongatapu to Hawaii, marking the final stage of the cultural program. Acting CEO of the Ministry of Tourism, Semisi Tongia, explained that reviving and maintaining traditional knowledge, such as Kalia building and navigation, is vital to preserving Tonga's cultural identity. He said that these practices connect people to their roots and history, especially as modernization continues to influence the younger generation. Tongia added that while these Kalia voyages are mainly used for short-distance travel within Tonga, they hold deep cultural and educational importance. Meanwhile, Stephen Fehoko, owner of Fehoko Arts and Studio, who sailed the Vakalautala from Tongatapu to Hawaii and back, shared that the purpose behind rebuilding the Vaka Kalia Lautala
was not only to preserve traditional craftsmanship, but also to create hand-on learning opportunities for the youth in Tonga to learn from. He said that the experience helped strengthen his appreciation for Tongan traditions and encouraged creativity through cultural expression. The program was described as a success, with both the Ministry of Tourism and Whehoko Arts and Studio reaffirming their commitment to preserving Tongan traditional knowledge. Reporting for Radio and Television Tongan News, I'm Litea Taukapo.
That was the latest from the local scene. Up next, we'll join Pia Olia for the latest in sports.
Welcome back in sport. The forward second rower from Vaikofa Antoto, Eliesa Kantoa, says he's proud to be part of the Matema Tonga squad that coach Christian Wolf has assembled in the kingdom ahead of the Pacific Championships. Kantoa spoke to Radio and Television Tonga Sports News this morning during training at Te Whaiwa Park just before the team's fan day. He says it's a great opportunity, especially for new players, to connect with the team, their families and local supporters.
Yeah, it's been good. It's a touch on it before. It's it's a great opportunity for us. A lot of new faces in our team, and it's a great opportunity for them to come here and sort of connect, to the team, to the people here in Tonga, and to see the people that they're going to represent on Sunday. So preparation, it's been good. It's been good here, and I'm sure everyone's excited to play against Samoa and New Zealand.
Kantoa says the preparations are going well and he's looking forward to the matches against Samoa and the Kiwis.
They're all quality players, and you saw them playing in the club level, and I'm excited to see what they can bring to this team here. All strike power, all over the field there. So I'm excited to play alongside them and see what we can do in this competition.
The former Tupo College Tolo student also urged fans to be behind the team.
Yeah, I just want to ask for your guys' support. People in Brisbane, Australia, Auckland, New Zealand, please come through and support us. Keep us in your guys' prayers, and e whalahi atu.
Meanwhile, Mate Maatonga will open their Pacific Championships campaign against Toa Samoa on the 26th of this month at Suncorp Stadium before heading to New Zealand to take on the Kiwis on November 2nd.
That was Sports with Pia Olia. Now taking a look at the latest weather updates with Viola Vanicolo from the Tonga Met Service.
Good evening, Tonga. Welcome to your evening forecast from your Met Service. Headline for tonight, chances of showers of rain sits to the far north over the New West in the coming days, and also fresh to strong southeast straight wind will most likely to persist throughout the weekend and also next week. Looking from the skies, occasional rain was experienced here in Tongatapu and Ewa in the morning hours due to this weak trough that was lies over these islands division. But Vava'uha Pai mostly fine most of the time in the morning hours. Tongatapu, cloudy periods, and this is due to high cloud drifted from the far north. But the expectation for the next 24 hours. The active draft sits to the far north will move onto the New West by later tomorrow afternoon, and of course bring cloudy most of the time with occasional rain and also risk of thunderstorms. While Vava'uha by Tongatapu and Ewa in the next 24 hours, the high pressure sits to the far south will dominate the weather and brings mostly fine except cloudy conditions with potential isolated showers due to strong southeast by tomorrow. Well, the warning for coastal waters, strong wind warning and smoke off advisory still in force for all of Tonga coastal waters, and this warning will most likely to persist throughout the weekend and also next week. And the warning for strong wind for land areas will be most likely in force by this Sunday, as the strong wind will become more stronger by Sunday and also early next week. So across the Pacific region, the high pressure sits to the far south dominate the weather in the coming days here in Tonga. The active trough, like I said, will move onto the NEWS later tomorrow afternoon and persist over the NEWS over the weekend and also next week, most likely until Wednesday next week. But clearly you can say this high pressure move is and located to the southeast of Tonga and shift the wind direction over the central and the southern part of Tonga to be most easterly by next week, but will continue mostly fine over the central and the southern with potential isolated showers. Forecast for tonight until early tomorrow, we're looking at cloudy condition, potential isolated showers over Ha'apai, Tongatapu, and Eua, and also cloudy most of the time to the far north. The minimum temperature forecast down to 19 to 23 degrees tonight across Tonga, and the strong southeast straight wind over coastal waters of Tonga will still rising up to 25 knots at times tonight until earlier tomorrow. Stepping forward to Saturday, isolated showers potentially set over Ha'apai and Vava'u, but most of the time cloudy most of the time by tomorrow across Tonga. And remember that over the NEWS, expect cloudy with occasional rain, risk of thunderstorms by later tomorrow afternoon. And the strong southeast straight wind across Tonga coastal waters will continue rising up to 25 knots at times tomorrow. Maximum temperature still rising up to 25 to 28 degrees across Tonga. Tide prediction, low tide tonight, 10 minutes to 11, and the high tide will be 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, and the sunrise tomorrow at 7 minutes past 6, and the moonrise will be 2 minutes to 4 in the morning, and the new moon will be next Wednesday. So forecast for most of next week, Monday until Friday, we're looking at mostly fine cloudy periods with potential isolated showers by Monday and Tuesday, and of course this is due to strong wind becoming more stronger by Monday and Tuesday here in Nuku'alofa. So it is common to expect isolated showers. Maximum temperature forecast to 25 to 27 degrees by next week here in Nuku'alofa. And that will be all for this evening from your Met Service. Thank you.
Thank you to Viola and the team at the Tonga Met Service for that latest weather update, wrapping up this hour's news package. Now, before we part, here's a final look at tonight's top stories. His Majesty King Dubo VI officially commissioned the Mala'ikuna Royal Tombs Improvement Project this morning. His Majesty also held an audience with the Matema Tonga team before the players wrapped up their visits with a float parade in downtown Nuku'alofa. And Crown Prince highlights Pacific unity at the official opening of the 14th Pacific Community Conference before announcing the first Tongan to lead the organization as Director General, Dr. Paula Vivili, at the conclusion of the 14th Conference of the Pacific Community. That was the latest news with radio and television Tonga News for tonight. Thank you for joining us. Have a good evening.